Good morning, beautiful people, members of this channel, and those who are just watching it. I normally don't watch the news, but because of all the riots going on and the protests, I felt that it was the need to create a video to give you some fatherly advice about what's happening in the world. As you know, this COVID-19 virus has created a lot of stress among people. Many who were not used to being forced indoors were forced indoors, and I'm one of those. You feel restricted, you feel full, and then all of a sudden something happens to trigger these protests, and people want to protest. And so this is where I want to give you a little story. When I worked as a police officer, I did the right thing. I always treated people with respect, but I did see other people who did not treat people with respect and did not do the right thing, and those officers were eventually disciplined and or fired and or prosecuted. And so stuff like this is going to happen in every organization. Now, this video is not telling you that there isn't a need for change. There is a huge need for change. I just posted on my class about the Minneapolis officer resting his knee on the suspect's neck, and then eventually he became a victim, and now the officer's been arrested. And as I discussed with my class, it appeared that it was a bit excessive, especially when I saw the second video where it showed 3 officers resting on him on the ground. I'm never going to sugarcoat stuff on this channel. I'm always going to be very upfront. I'm a former training officer, and police are the community, and the community is the police. I've said this for years. I still get chills when I say it. Sir Robert Peel, the father of modern day law enforcement, said it a long time ago. And I think sometimes certain officers forget who they are representing and who they get their power from, their peace officer power. They get it from the community that they serve. And so, if you're listening to my channel, I know that your goal is to be a peace officer, to be a police officer, to be a deputy sheriff, highway patrol, whatever law enforcement role you want to be. I don't want you to get discouraged by what is happening throughout the nation in terms of protests. Certain people just want to protest, and that's their right, and more power to them if they do peaceful protesting. If they do peaceful protesting, that's their right as an American citizen to go out there and protest what is happening. The civil rights movement was a perfect example of peaceful protests. But fast forward to 2020, and social media has added a different element of what protesting is all about. And so now you have people who are inciting riots, people who basically put those who want to protest in front, then they throw a bottle or they throw some other object at the police, and then they go hide behind those innocent protesters. And this is where I come in as a college professor. I don't want you to be those insiders. I don't want you to be out there committing crimes. Police are not stupid. They are videotaping these events, and they will find those who are inciting riots. And if you are one of those persons, you will be arrested, you will be prosecuted. Once you get something like that on your record, good luck finding a decent job with any organization. Your record is something that follows you for the rest of your life. So as a college professor, I want you to take my message serious. Yes, it is okay to protest. It is okay to protest against social injustices. It is okay to voice your opinions that what those officers did to that poor victim was very, very wrong and unprofessional and unethical. I mean, there's a whole list of things, immoral, that I can tell you. If you watch the video, think about yourself being put in that position. What would you have done? Hopefully, you would have done the right thing and try to get those officers off of that man's body, off of that man's neck. It's too late to fix what has happened, but we can learn from this mistake. And I hope that if you're a student of mine, if you're following me on this channel, that you don't forget your goal, whatever it is, of becoming a peace officer. Don't let this be the reason you decide not to. If anything, let this be the reason you decide to do it, because you want positive change. If you're a moral, ethical person who wants to go out there and catch real bad guys, this is a great job. Law enforcement is still a great profession. But now, of course, there's more oversight. I've said it before. Everywhere you go, there's videos of what people are doing. This incident with those officers in Minneapolis had 3 different cameras on those officers. Had one at the sidewalk of that one officer, had one across the street of the 3 officers, and then there was a business that had their own camera system. So yes, there's a lot of oversight. There's a lot of supervision now because of social media and because of technology. And so I urge you not to do anything illegal that will haunt you for the rest of your life. Take this fatherly advice. I urge you to learn from what happened, that you won't be one of those participating officers who will do such injustices on minorities that have been suffering throughout the history of this great country, so this great nation. So thank you for listening. Reach out with any comments or concerns. There may be some haters that make some comments on this video. My main purpose when I make these videos is to make you a better person, to make you a stronger person, to make you stay focused to your career goals and not allow you to get derailed. I don't want this one incident in history to derail you from walking away from your intended and desired career. I love being a police officer. When I worked as a police officer, I did what was right, and now I love being a college professor. And it's incumbent upon me as a college professor to share with you my opinion. It was wrong what they did, but listen, don't you go out there and commit a crime to prove a point, because again, you will destroy your future, and that's never a good thing. Thank you for listening. I think you guys are beautiful people. Continue subscribing to my channel, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Be safe out there.